A small town in Whatcom County is feeling the blowback of tariffs imposed on Canada. A Canadian boycott on U.S. travel and services already impacting the town of Point Roberts. Here's Chris Daniels. He shares more with how this town is managing during the difficult times.
Good evening to you from Point Roberts, Washington. It's the little America, the little slice of the country that is separated from the rest of Whatcom County by two international land border crossings. You have to go up through Blaine to the west and back down to this little 5-square-mile piece of land underneath the 49th parallel. All of this tariff talk is coming on the heels of the impact of COVID in this community, where they saw the amount of traffic from Canada really dwindle. And we can tell you that there is new numbers from Canada showing a 28% drop in the amount of people crossing the border since last month. And that's not counting Point Roberts, which a lot of people have to drive out of the way to get to, that has relied on Canadian traffic for so long, especially the businesses. There is one grocery store here in town that is telling me they are only getting now one delivery a week because of the lack of traffic to Point Roberts. And I also had a chance to talk to Tamara Hansen, who owns one of the only restaurants in town, the Saltwater Cafe, about the situation here in Point Roberts.
I fear these are going to be worse times than the pandemic.
Why?
I am down, I just did my figures, I'm down 55% in February. And this is just the beginning.
And why do you think that is?
Well, I think, you know, the Canadians are supporting their country, which they should. It's a terrible time. I think everybody needs to take a step back and be kind. Point Roberts is a unique place where we're caught in the middle. And we're attached to Canada, but we're part of Washington State.
So when the Premier, David Eby, says don't go to the U.S. to frequent any businesses, right, that's where you're feeling the impact.
Right, absolutely. And I'm hoping that the Premier will understand that 75% of the cottages or homes owned here are Canadian. And a lot of us are dual citizens. So we are a unique situation.
Hansen, along with other business owners here in town, met with Governor Bob Ferguson's office virtually today to talk about the next steps here and the concerns that once these tariffs go into effect, that will even drop the traffic further here in Point Roberts. And if that happens, there is a situation here where Hansen and others say there could be major financial implications and requests from the state for grants, which we saw discussed back in the summer of 2020 and 2021 as well. That's the story for now here on the international border in Point Roberts. I'm Chris Daniels.